as always, don't forget, this is an adult doll collector's channel. So if you are younger than 18, you need your parents' permission to watch my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to ms.TeesDollroom, and today I'm going to actually do some sewing. Now, it's with much fear and trepidation that I broke my machine out of the box. It's probably been stored for maybe the last 8, 9, 10 years. I don't remember exactly, and I didn't remember how to thread the bobbins, how to thread the machine correctly, adjust the tension, or any of that. But luckily for me, I have a sister-in-law that lives nearby, so she came over. I got this thing out of storage, out of the box, only to discover that I didn't even have a needle for the machine. So she was kind enough, she's a very experienced sewer, so she decided to go back home and give me a universal needle and bring it back, and she gave me a lesson. And I just want to tell you that after the lesson, as patient and loving, as kind as she is, that this totally just wiped me out, just that little bit, to be able to sew a straight seam. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I tell you guys all the time that I am not a crafter, but you know, I'm doing my best to do little simple things. So this is my first experience actually making this type of video where I'm actually sewing something. So pray for me and be patient. So we're gonna get started today. I made this reclining lounger in the previous video, and now I need a pillow cushion to go on top of it. So what I did, I am using this kitchen towel material that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's actually a kitchen towel, but I like the print on it, and I wanted to use that print to complement the turquoise solid fabric for the modular pieces that I made in 2 videos ago. So we're going to use this kitchen towel from the Dollar Tree to make our cushion for the lounger that I made in the previous video. So I'm going to just cut that out here. And because I am a novice sewer, I'm going to leave a very generous seam allowance for any mistakes that I may have to correct, and then I can always trim off the excess. So what I did was I took this ruler and just drew me a line on the fabric to make my cushion. And I have a cushion here that I made as a test run, just so this is the first one. And I want the medallions to be front and center, so that's why I cut it this large. So there you have it for that. And now we're going to figure out where my seam needs to be in order for me to have this centered. Pins to pin this together. I just drew me a line on the opposite side of the fabric where I want my seam to go, and this is probably not the most correct way to do this, but it makes sense for me, so that's what I need to do right now to get this done. What I could do was I wanted to center the medallions in the middle of the cushion. And I'll go back and trim that seam if it works for me. And let's just see what it's going to look like if we lay it on here. So here we go. And it works. There's my cushion. So I'll trim that seam inside. We'll turn it back in and out, inside out. And then I'm going to stuff this one. Instead of using felt, I'm going to use actual pillow fluff for this one, just to see how that turns out. So our seam has been trimmed. And what I might do is go ahead and close up the end of this when I decide where I want that seam to run. And then that way we'll only have to close the very bottom of it. Now, the only reason I'm writing on the marking on the good side of the fabric is because this is where my seam is going to go, so it's not going to show. And I'll cut the excess off. So I'm just giving myself a seam allowance there. And I can actually see it through the other side, so that's what works for me. Make sure I have this neck centered. There we go. So I'm just trying to distribute the pillow fluff as evenly as I can. I want it to be comfortable for the dolls, but I don't want to have too much girth to it. Okay. And I think this one I'm just going to close by hand. I think it'll look better if I just close it by hand. So that's what we'll do there. That I made out of this fabric, like that. So let me get my needle thread and then I'll just sew this up by hand. So I knot my seam 3 times. And cut on top of the knot. And I'll trim this one out of the way too. Let's see. And by no means is this perfect sewing at all. This is just barely good enough to satisfy my own novice attempts. I left a little gap here. We're going to close that up. Just do it this way. And let's try this. Let's do this one and secure these threads here. Cut off the excess. I think we are done here. Okay. And let's just see how it fits here. Alright. Fits. It's a little puffy, but I'll try to spread that fluff around in there a little bit more. And one of the things I want to do is make that seam right there. So we're going to, let me see here. I need to put a pin there so I can mark it. Let me see, maybe it's better that way. Alright. Let's see how this goes, sewing through this fluff here. Alright. This will just help it bend a little bit. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with this. I am by no means trying to impress anyone. I have mostly impressed myself. So it gives me a little bit of encouragement to try something maybe a little more detailed on down the road. I have quite a few little pillows and things that I want to make to go with the solid aqua linen cushions that I made for the modular set. And then we're going to be moving on. I don't know if you guys remember the Pier 1 video that I got for the Fruitathon, that round hanging chair. It's really a fruit stand that I wanted to modify as a outdoor swing type rattan swing for the doll. So I have to make a rounded pillow for that. So that'll be coming up in the next video. I'll try to be a little more detailed. This is my first time actually trying to sew something on camera, so I hope that you guys appreciate my efforts. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to share, and I'll get back to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, family. Y'all stay safe. Bye.